It's golden, it's spicy, and it stains absolutely everything it touches. Seriously, if you've ever spilled turmeric on your countertop, congratulations! You now have a permanent reminder of that curry night. But for thousands of years, this humble yellow powder has been more than just a kitchen staple. It's been a symbol of wealth, a sacred ritual ingredient, a healing potion, and even a form of ancient medicine, long before anyone had heard of antibiotics. And yet, despite all the hype around it today, from golden lattes to overpriced supplements, the story of turmeric's rise is way deeper and stranger than most people realize. So let's grind down the real history of this golden spice right here on History of Food. Before turmeric was trending on Instagram or added to your overpriced smoothie, it was already ancient. The spice comes from the rhizome, or root, of a plant called curcuma longa, a relative of ginger. Native to South Asia, turmeric has been cultivated for over 4,000 years, making it one of the oldest spices in human history. Archaeologists have found traces of turmeric in pottery from India dating back to 2500 BCE. Ancient Sanskrit texts mention it as a key ingredient in Ayurvedic medicine. Essentially, while modern wellness influencers continue to debate how to pronounce curcumin, ancient healers had already been prescribing turmeric for a wide range of ailments, from coughs to digestive issues. And that's just the beginning. It wasn't only India that fell in love with this yellow wonder. It spread across Asia, the Middle East, and Africa along early trade routes, earning nicknames like Indian saffron and the golden spice. Turmeric's popularity wasn't just about flavor, it was power. In ancient India, it was used in religious rituals, weddings, and purification ceremonies. Its golden color symbolized the sun, prosperity, and purity. Even today, Indian brides are smeared with turmeric paste before their wedding day, not just for good luck, but because it was believed to make the skin glow. Meanwhile, in China, turmeric became part of traditional Chinese medicine, prescribed to improve circulation, relieve pain, and treat liver ailments. And in the Islamic world, it was mixed with honey and vinegar as a tonic. Turmeric wasn't just a spice, it was a cultural multi-tool. Part food, part medicine, part spiritual experience. If you lived thousands of years ago and had a health problem, chances are someone would have handed you turmeric. Got a stomachache? Turmeric. Feeling feverish? Turmeric. Wounded in battle? Turmeric paste for that, too. It was even used as a disinfectant long before anyone knew what bacteria were. Ayurvedic practitioners believed turmeric balanced the body's doshas, the life energies that supposedly control health. And even though they didn't understand inflammation or immune response, they knew turmeric helped. Modern science would later prove them partly right. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound with powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Of course, ancient medicine was far from perfect. Turmeric was often prescribed alongside some questionable treatments, like leech therapy or drinking cow urine. But hey, they were on the right track. As trade routes expanded, turmeric's reputation traveled too. Arab merchants carried it to Africa and Europe, where it was prized for its exotic flavor and healing properties. Medieval apothecaries sold it as a cure-all for everything from jaundice to joint pain. In the Middle Ages, it was even used as a cheap substitute for saffron, a spice so expensive it was literally worth more than gold. Europeans were fascinated by this mysterious yellow powder from the East. But while they loved its color and taste, they didn't quite know what to do with it medicinally. For centuries, turmeric remained a niche ingredient in European kitchens and medicine cabinets, a foreign curiosity rather than a household staple. While turmeric had a sacred and medical reputation, it also made food taste better. In South Asian cuisine, it became a foundational spice, part of almost every curry, stew, and vegetable dish. Its earthy, slightly bitter flavor adds depth to sauces and pairs beautifully with spices like cumin, coriander, and chili. But it's not just about flavor. Turmeric's natural pigments, called curcuminoids, give dishes their signature golden color. That's why your curry glows like treasure. and your fingers look like you've been fingerprinting the sun. Over time, turmeric became an essential ingredient in cuisines far beyond India, from Thai soups and Moroccan tagines to Ethiopian stews and Caribbean jerk seasoning. Even the British, during their colonial rule in India, became so obsessed with turmeric-laden curry that it became a national dish back home. For most of history, turmeric's healing powers were accepted without scientific proof. But in the 20th century, researchers finally started to catch up. Scientists isolated curcumin, turmeric's active compound, and discovered it had real pharmacological properties. It could reduce inflammation, neutralize free radicals, and even support liver function. Today, curcumin is being studied for potential roles in treating arthritis, heart disease, and even Alzheimer's. Some studies show it may improve brain function by boosting levels of a growth hormone called BDNF, while others suggest it could help reduce the risk of certain cancers. The catch? The human body doesn't absorb curcumin very well on its own. That's why you'll often see turmeric paired with black pepper, which contains piperine, a compound that dramatically boosts curcumin absorption. Ancient healers figured this out centuries ago without ever knowing the chemistry. If you've been to a health food store recently, you've probably seen turmeric in just about everything. Pills, teas, smoothies, skincare products, and even dog treats. The wellness industry has latched onto turmeric like it's the secret to eternal life. Some claims are legitimate, but others are questionable. No, turmeric won't cure cancer overnight, and no, it's not going to detoxify your body from toxins, whatever that means. But as part of a balanced diet, it's a valuable tool, and a delicious one at that. Beyond health and flavor, turmeric has held cultural power for millennia. In India and Southeast Asia, it's still used in religious ceremonies and traditional rituals. In Hinduism, turmeric is associated with fertility and prosperity. It's also been used as a natural dye for clothing, a cosmetic ingredient, and even an ink pigment. Basically, if something needed to be golden, food, fabric, or face, turmeric was the answer. Here's the twist. For thousands of years, people believed turmeric worked because of mystical energies, humors, and doshas. Today we know it works because of biochemistry. But the result is the same. This humble root has always been more than just a spice. It's proof that sometimes ancient wisdom and modern science aren't at odds. They're telling the same story in different languages. Turmeric's journey from sacred root to superfood shows how food isn't just about taste. It's about healing, tradition, identity, and discovery. And while it might not solve all your problems, it's still one of the most extraordinary ingredients ever to come out of the ground. So the next time you sprinkle turmeric into a curry or sip a fancy golden latte, remember, you're participating in a tradition that's over 4 millennia old. What started as a root dug from the earth became a sacred ritual ingredient, a life-saving medicine, a global culinary staple, and a modern wellness obsession. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.